Hi, it's Future. I'm going to be showing you how to draft a mandarin collar pattern, which is a close-fitting stand-up collar. It's also known as the military Nehru or Chinese collar. You will need to measure your back and front neck measurements from the center back to the neck shoulder junction and from the center front to the neck shoulder junction as well. Make sure that you'll be measuring inside your pattern along the stitching line like I'm doing here to the neck shoulder junction for both patterns, front and back. Measure along the stitching line up to the neck shoulder junction. Write down your measurements and put the total, and also decide on the collar width, which can be anywhere from 2.5 centimeters to 5 centimeters. I'm choosing 3 centimeters for this project. Now draw a squared guideline on your pattern paper. I'm going to be using my protractor for that. Make sure you've got a squared guideline first. So this is going to be our center back. From the center back, we're going to put in our back neck measurement. Mine is 9.5 centimeters, and I'll put a mark. This is going to be our notch for the shoulder. From there, we're going to put in our front neck measurement. Mine is 13.5 centimeters, and we're going to put a notch which marks our center front. Then we're going to go up 1.5 centimeters, put a mark. So this is our center back, shoulder notch, and center front notch. So you can decide to make your center front higher. You can go up to about 5 centimeters. So what all this means is that the higher you go, the closer the fitting is to the neckline. With your curved ruler, join the shoulder point to the raised center front point like I've done here. Next, verify the length of your collar with a tape measure like I'm doing here. Just check for the total that we calculated there and just put a mark. From that point, you're going to square a line up. Then I've decided to make my collar with 3 centimeters, so I'm just gonna draw a straight line 3 centimeters up to the shoulder notch, and then I'm going to be curving around following the curve that we put, but putting in 3 centimeters all the way, following through the curved line. Just correcting my curve there with the curved ruler. Now I'm just putting in a curve at the center front there. You can decide to leave yours squared, but I just prefer to put it nice and curved like that. Now adding seam allowance is right round 1 centimeter except for the center back, because I'm going to be putting it on forward when I'm extracting my patterns from the draft. For the top collar, we're going to be adding an extra 3 millimeters at the top there and blending it onto here, okay? 3 millimeters. Now transfer the shoulder notch to the seam allowance there. It's very important. Now get another pattern paper, fold it in half, and fold it in half again lengthwise like I'm doing here. So just extend your center back line like I'm doing here. It will help us in aligning our center back to the forward line of our pattern paper there. So this is going to serve as my collar draft. Now align the center back line with the forward line of our pattern paper below and pin everything together nicely so that nothing moves. So we're going to cut around the outer lines first so that we get our top collar. Now putting the notch for all the patterns for the shoulder notch. Now we're removing the upper collar and we're gonna pin everything back together and trim off the extra that we added for the upper collar there. And we've got our under collar now. Adding grain lines to my pattern pieces, parallel to the center back for the upper collar, and on bias for the under collar, and labeling the pattern pieces. upper collar, cut 1 plus 1 fusing, and under collar, cut 1 and I put my initial. And our patterns are finished for the mandarin collar. Thank you.